Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling a subject that, let's be honest, makes a lot of people squirm. Money. But we're not just talking spreadsheets. We're looking at mindset based on Maria Nemeth's work, viewing money as this powerful form of energy.
It really is the ultimate uncomfortable topic, isn't it? I mean, the starting point here is pretty wild. Most people would genuinely rather discuss their sex lives than their bank balance.
Wow, that says a lot.
It does, because money touches everything. Family, work, fun, even, spiritual stuff. It's woven into almost every part of life.
And that discomfort, that stress.
Yeah.
It's exactly why we need to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
If it's messing with our sleep or stopping us from relaxing, it's clearly more than just currency. It's this energy we need to get a handle on.
Absolutely.
So what's the goal today? Is it just like get rich quick tips?
Not really, no. The mission is deeper. It's about transforming your relationship with money, with this energy. We want you to get results that are intentionally satisfying.
Intentionally satisfying. Okay.
Yeah, so moving beyond just wishing for more money to fix things, it's about getting clear on what you actually want from life and then figuring out how to use money consciously to make that happen.
Okay, let's dive into what the source calls money madness. That feeling people get, like they're victims. Money's this outside force bossing them around. Where does that come from?
Well, it often stems from feeling helpless,
Right.
When we see money as this, big scary monster out there, we kind of give up our power.
Right.
The idea here is to shift from victim to hero. The framework actually presents our relationship with money as a hero's journey.
A hero's journey? Okay, I'm listening. But like facing dragons?
Yeah.
When I'm just trying to pay my bills, where's the dragon in that?
Yeah. The dragon is whatever stops you from making your dreams real. So if your dream is, say, financial freedom, the dragon could be that knot of fear you feel when the credit card statement arrives. Or the procrastination, the avoidance. That's the dragon. The journey means stepping out of your comfort zone, facing that specific fear, and eventually achieving some mastery over it.
Mastery. So the source gives this equation: knowledge plus wisdom, power. Sounds simple, but I bet the wisdom part is tricky.
That's exactly it. Knowledge is easy. Tips, advice, budgeting apps. It's everywhere. You can download it, read it.
Right, infinite articles.
Infinite. But the power only comes when you add wisdom. And wisdom, in this context, means actually acting on what you know. Authentic action.
Authentic action.
Yes.
And the first step towards that, apparently, is finding breathing room. What's that about?
Breathing room is crucial. It's that mental space you get when you can step back and just observe. Become the observer of your own financial life.
Like getting some distance.
Exactly. Creates clarity, lets creativity flow. But, and this is key, it requires you to be willing to tell the truth about your money situation. No more pretending or trying to look good, even to yourself. Just the facts.
Oof. That takes courage. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. There's this interesting distinction made between two realities, two spheres.
Ah, yes. Intention reality and action reality. Think of intention reality as the metaphysical realm. It's pure energy, unbounded. Your imagination, dreams, life intentions like I want to be debt-free or I want to travel the world.
So the big ideas, the visions, they're free-flowing.
Totally free, immune to physical limits. But then there's action reality. That's the physical world, where energy takes form. Objects, density, time, space. This is where actual money, bills, bank accounts exist.
Okay, intention versus action. Got it.
Now, here's where people trip up. They assume it's a straight line. They think, if I just intend hard enough or visualize wealth...
The money will just show up.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Exactly. But the core insight here is, money doesn't just manifest from thoughts. It comes from actions taken in the physical action reality.
So thinking about being rich isn't the same as doing the things that make you rich. There's a gap. A huge gap. And bridging that gap is what's called trouble at the border. It's that point where your inspiring idea, your intention, hits the wall of physical reality and the energy it demands.
What does that feel like?
It often feels heavy, disheartening even. Like suddenly the exciting idea feels like hard work or it brings up resistance.
Like deciding to finally make a budget and then the moment you open the spreadsheet, you suddenly feel exhausted or want to do anything else.
That's exactly trouble at the border. It's not a stop sign, though. It's actually a measure of how much you're stretching yourself, how much courage it's taking.
Okay.
And guess what happens right at that border? Your inner critic pipes up. The source uses the Buddhist term, the monkey mind.
Ah, that chatterbox, that voice that's always Doubting, worrying, criticizing.
Yep. Its job is survival. It hates change, hates risk. So when you start thinking about things like net worth, credit scores, or tackling debt, it goes bananas.
So what do? Argue with it.
Nope. The insight is that successful people don't waste energy fighting the monkey mind. They just recognize it for what it is, survival instinct chatter, and see it as irrelevant to the action they need to take.
Let it chatter, but do the thing anyway. Okay. That leads nicely to how success is defined here. Doing what you said you would do with ease.
Right. The opposite is struggle. And struggle, interestingly, often means you're spending your energy fighting the fear or discomfort instead of just doing the thing to materialize the dream.
So if it feels like a constant uphill battle, maybe I'm avoiding something.
Could be, which brings up driven behavior. Sounds positive, right? Driven. But here it means a kind of compulsive activity that looks busy but actually avoids the real issue. It's called a type of active laziness.
Active laziness. Wow. How do you spot that?
3 main symptoms. First, repetition. Getting stuck in the same rut, always saying, I'll start saving next month, or buying endless books on investing but never actually investing.
Okay, familiar patterns. What's second?
Limited satisfaction. You achieve something, maybe pay off a small debt, but you're too stressed or distracted to actually feel good about it. The joy is missing. And third, a big one, perfectionism. Constantly tweaking, polishing, refining. Not really to improve it, but to avoid finishing. Because finishing means putting it out there, being vulnerable to judgment.
That's a huge energy leak. Okay, so if we spot these leaks, how do we fix them? There's a 4-step coaching model mentioned.
Yes. Simple but powerful. Step 1, look. Just bring your attention to your life, your finances. Even if the monkey mind screams, don't look, look anyway. Notice where the energy, the money, is leaking.
Step 2.
See, once you're looking, you start to see the patterns, the habits, the automatic thoughts you weren't aware of before. Like, I grab a fancy coffee every single day without thinking.
Step 3 is crucial, you said earlier. Tell the truth.
Yes. And this means facts only. No interpretation, no judgment, no story. Not, I'm terrible with money, but I spent $80 on subscriptions I don't use last month. Just the data.
Okay, strip out the emotion.
Yeah.
And step 4.
Take authentic action. This is the action that aligns with who you really are and what you really want. It either cleans up a mess, like making that call to sort out a bill, or it moves you towards a goal, like setting up that automatic savings transfer.
And here's the kicker, right? The self-esteem doesn't come before the action.
Exactly. That's the big reversal. We wait to feel confident before we act. But this says confidence and self-esteem rise after you take the authentic action. It's your biology rewarding you for keeping a promise to yourself. You build trust in your own follow-through.
That's huge. Totally changes how you'd approach things. Okay, let's talk principle 2, integrity. It's framed differently here. Less about morality, more about energy.
Precisely. Integrity means being whole and complete. It's about aligning who you pretend to be, who you fear you might be, and who you truly are deep down. When those align, your personal power, your capacity increases.
How does that relate to money specifically? The source mentions small things, like keeping extra change a cashier gives you by mistake, or, slightly fudging an expense report. Seems minor.
They seem minor, but the idea is they create internal conflict. You spend mental energy justifying that small act, rationalizing it. That's energy that could have been used for creativity, problem solving, moving towards your big goals.
So those little cheats actually reduce your overall energy available.
That's the concept. They create leaks, reduce your wholeness, and that subtly impacts everything, including your ability to generate flow and creativity, financial or otherwise. Acting from your true standards, your virtue, enhances capacity.
Fascinating. Okay, principle 3, goal setting for joy. Big distinction here between goals and tasks.
Yeah, this one's good. Tasks bring relief. Goals bring joy. If you're just trying to get stuff off your plate, you finish and feel relieved it's over.
Like doing your taxes, relief.
Totally relief. But a true goal, one that's connected to your deeper life intentions, brings genuine joy when you achieve it. It feels meaningful.
So goals need that connection to purpose.
Yeah.
And we use the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-based.
Yeah.
But there's an extra filter for relevant, isn't there?
Yes, the critical filter. How much do I really want this scale? You rate your potential goal from 1 to 10. If it doesn't score an 8, 9, or 10.
You cross it off. Even if it's something sensible like save more for retirement. If it's only a 6?
For now, yes. Cross it off. Because if it's only a 6, you don't truly want it deeply enough yet. Trying to pursue a 6-10 goal will just siphon energy away from your 9s and 10s. It's about ruthless focus on what truly matters to you.
Wow, okay. That's a tough filter, but makes sense for energy management. Let's talk about managing the flow itself. Scarcity, that big fear. How does this framework view it?
Scarcity isn't the enemy, it's presented as a teacher. It's kind of the natural feeling that comes with living in the physical world, action reality, which has limits.
So it's normal to feel scarcity sometimes.
Yes, but here's the warning. Trying to fight the feeling of scarcity by just accumulating more stuff, more money, hoarding it, that usually just makes the feeling of scarcity bigger, paradoxically.
So more money doesn't automatically cure the fear of not having enough.
Often, no. And using affirmations to just paper over the fear doesn't work either. You have to be willing to look directly at the fear, the shadow, as it's sometimes called.
Acknowledge it instead of suppressing it.
Yeah.
Now what about when things go wrong? Obstacles, setbacks? Principle 10 addresses this.
Obstacles are inevitable. They're actually signs you're on the path, stretching yourself. The key insight for success isn't avoiding obstacles, it's how you respond. Successful people consistently choose their goals and intentions over their plans.
Meaning
Meaning the plan is just how you think you'll get there. If reality throws you a curveball, an unexpected expense, a market downturn, you don't ditch the dream destination. You adjust the route. You modify the plan, not the underlying goal or intention.
be flexible with the how, stay firm on the what's and why. Got it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to figure out the new route alone, right? Principle 11 is about support.
Yes. Challenging that myth of the lone wolf, the rugged individual. The truth is, we achieve more and often find more joy when we support each other. Asking for help isn't weakness.
It's framed as a gift.
It is. You're giving someone else the opportunity to contribute, to make a difference. It builds connection and increases the energy flow for everyone involved.
Which leads perfectly to the final principle, number 12. Gratitude as the gateway to abundance.
Yeah. Prosperity isn't some future destination. It's something you can experience now anytime you're fully present to your life, just as it is. And gratitude is key to that presence.
And true giving.
True giving, done generously without strings attached, helps create balance. It lets energy flow in and out. When you're in that flow, appreciating what you have and contributing value, you naturally start to perceive yourself as blessed, as abundant right now.
So pulling this all together,
Mm-hmm.
we've talked about money not being good or bad, just energy. About facing fears, taking action, integrity, setting joyful goals, getting support, being grateful. It sounds like how you handle money is basically a mirror for how you handle, well, everything.
That's a great way to put it. How you do money is how you do life. It reveals your patterns, your beliefs, your courage.
Okay, so if we leave our listeners with one final thought, building on all this, what should they chew on?
Well, think back to that idea of struggle. We often pour so much energy into fighting our fears, trying to eliminate scarcity, wrestling with the monkey mind. What if? What if we redirected that same energy toward actually materializing our dreams, toward building the life we want?
Instead of focusing on getting rid of the negative, focus on creating the positive.
Exactly. So the provocative question is, what would it genuinely look like for you to embrace the possibility, the real possibility, that your financial life and maybe your whole life could actually get easier, not through magic, but through conscious choice and authentic action?